This is by law given to us by God itself. What does the covenant say? He said, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. So the Lord, that said that the Lord gave us land, and so long as we honor our mother and father, which is what? Our parentage, our lineage, our names, our appellations, our customs. As long as you'll be given with the long, so that's a covenant between man, woman, God, that gives us dominion on earth. So that means we own it all. I don't gotta prove it no more. Once I declare my nationality and say this is who I am or whatever it is, that's it. It's the burden of proof is on you, and you don't have the burden of proof because you're not a real entity.
So you said the covenant is between man, woman, and God?
Yep.
Well, so my sister my sister Fran, who is the moderator, thank you for being here, Love BN, Nubian, and keeping the chat moving along. She said, Doc, it's too exhausting dating people who are still asleep. So you have people that want to be married, but they're like, it's hard to find somebody that's not awakened yet. What should they do?
That's one of the things I think we was dealing with. Brother Lloyd L. and his wife, they are trying to set up a Moorish marriage type, not a council, but a way where Moors or melanated people with consciousness can be able to basically find one another. See, the reason why marriages ain't working now also is because they not being arranged. Arranged marriages work.
Thank you. Go ahead, sorry.
Arranged marriages work, bro.
They do.
They all work. They work. And
they do.
Niggas be wanting to go along and go against what the man say, but again, this is all coming because the woman has exalted herself as God, and now she is now inhabited by the harlot, right? That Crowley and them did this work to maintain. That's why everything is so hypersexual in men, and that turns off real men. That turns off men, because men could be chased too, you know. You know what I'm saying? Everybody think that men are just hyper things like that, but y'all done flooded the market with so much that they rather not even have none. They rather have their peace. So what that says is that the woman is going to have to figure it out and ask first forgiveness for herself, then her children, then the man. But the man is the one that she needs more, I think, than anybody, because at this stage she's become what they want, a pedestaled idol that is off alone by itself, that has no protection. And now just do whatever they want to do to her. And what does she do? She just keeps making up excuses, keep making up justifications. White men are better, this and that. But regardless to what, the stats don't lie. Black men to 85 to 95% is marrying within their race, period. However, it says that Black women are 75%, have 75% more children than the men do. So what does that say? That says the women are having babies technically with the same dudes. So what does that mean? That also then means that the same type of idiot is being repackaged by the same type of female and being put into the populace for the rest of us to deal with. And that's the ones that they let live. You know what I'm saying? So as far as the debt for so-called original men, Black men, they've passed it. They've passed it so much that they're not even trying to pursue women anymore. That should show you how far away and removed we are from the traditional family. But it's not insurmountable. All women got to do is be themselves. Is be who they are when they wake up. That's it. Be that person. Once you're that being will attract other beings like that. The problem is you are more susceptible to influence than we are as men. That's why they go to you first.
Sister Ivana says a little hard on the women here. You know, I get that all the time. It's like we just don't want to be corrected. We don't want to take accountability. We want to stay in our own way. And you look at the Black community and we're going to hell. Look at the children. They're killing each other. Look at the women. They're twerking in the streets, having sex in the back of the cars. Y'all don't believe in arranged marriages, but your 15, 16-year-olds are sleeping with 35 and 38-year-olds. I teach them. They're doing drugs. They're having sex in the schools, and they're being raised by single Black women. What the heck is wrong with y'all that you can't see?
But what's crazy is this whole
any correction, won't take any accountability, want to label everything from the time you had puberty, want to blame everything on a man, want to blame everything on a white man, want to blame everything on your baby daddy that you chose, and don't want to take accountability for nothing. Don't want to be corrected. Oh, so hard on women. Grow up.
Not only that, sis, I've been talking about men this whole time.
All
I've been talking about it, man. First time I say something, this is what I'm saying, because
it's
again,
frustrating.
But you got to look at it like this. You also got to look at it like this. Only the hit dog holler. You know what I'm saying? So I don't take it personally. Neither should you.
I do.
She's entitled to her opinion, and that's cool. It may sound harsh to somebody who may just tune into the show at this mark, but I'll let you know the whole show we've been talking about how crazy these men was who initiated and helped these artificial entities destroy us all. I'm just talking about when it comes to what can we do now. What we can do now is accept the fact that for the past 60 years, 65 years, the so-called Black woman has been the head of the home, right? Where are we? We are worse off than we was after post so-called slavery. We have more in post-slavery than we do, pre-slavery than we do now. So that is partially because the female section of our society in mass, to a certain degree, agreed to an agreement, to a bargain with the government.
We do.
For the past 65 years, that's why they was able to be out here saying men ain't shit and men ain't this and men ain't that and everything.
I don't need a man. I'd rather sleep. I'd rather have a bear. All this stuff.
They gave them all of the jobs and all of this and all of that and lauded them so far above the man that we just nothing, right? And now look what happened. 275,000 Black women get their acts on the same day.
The same day.
That they use y'all up. Y'all
300,000 now.
Y'all didn't work how y'all supposed to get the Indian dude in there, the Indian Kamala in there. So they said, what the hell with y'all? Then they said, well, let's try to use Jasmine, try to get her up. No, it's not gonna work. None of it's gonna work because the government probably ain't gonna be around that much longer because it can't sustain itself. So it's either gonna go back to its original republic, or you're gonna have another version of the Union of the United States coming in to try to look like the United States and act like America, but really it's just the WBF, the Tavistock Institute, CIA, all of the back bag situations trying to come in. However, that ain't got nothing to do with who and you are in your individual state, especially if you're in like a red state or something right now, because there's a division now happening with the MAGA people. With them, because now they realize they got duped because this nigga may be a stooge still for Netanyahu and all of them. That's cool, but that whole base that's breaking off, they got a lot of the youth. The youth is not with it. They not with it. So they don't have any projection to deal with that. And then couple the fact now that we are now poised to create a whole new art form. Our people, we're about to create a whole new art form. We don't even know what it is yet, but it's about to come out and it's going to take the world by storm and it's going to elevate us to such a degree we don't even want to know. We ain't going to notice half the shit that's happening now. And it's going to come from us because that's the only one it can come from. That's why you see all the Koreans breakdancing and all of the white people doing graffiti and rapping and doing all this shit because we done phased out of it. We done phased out of it now. We're in the last era of our decline. This is the time we're coming up. And the way to come up is the way we fell down, which is going back to your original constitution, establishing, again, your nationality, who you and your family are connected to the land.
Okay.
Creating family and land trusts that allow you to do trust-to-trust banking within your family and with other families. So this way you become your own banks. You become your own food sources. You become all of this without anybody even knowing. Then the next thing you want to do is do all of this off of TikTok, off of the online. Start going back to analog. You need to start writing letters again. You need to start reading books again. You need to start doing shit that's kinetically from your hands, creating art. Do that.
Mm.
and then you'll be good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.